Arin's heart froze. "Who are you?" he asked. The figure replied softly, "We are your tomorrows. Every hour you steal is an hour we lose." Before Arin could speak, everything went dark. When he woke up, he was lying in bed. The golden watch sat on his table, but now, its glass was cracked. For the first time, Arin didn't use it that day. And something inside him felt peaceful. He realized how beautiful the sound of ordinary time was. The ticking of the wall clock, the laughter of children outside, the rustle of morning wind. He noticed how his father smiled at him at breakfast, proud and unaware of the watch secret. For once, Arin didn't rush. He walked to school slowly, feeling every second pass like a blessing. Days turned into months, and Arin lived without borrowing even a single minute. His grades were still good, maybe not perfect, but honest. His life wasn't faster, but it was fuller. And one day, he returned to that alley. But the timekeeper's shop was gone. Only an old clock tower stood there, silent and still. He placed the golden watch beneath it and whispered, "Thank you, for teaching me what time truly means." As he walked away, the cracked glass on the watch glowed faintly. And for a brief second, it ticked once more. Click. Years later, Arin grew up to become a great scientist. Not because he borrowed time, but because he learned how to value it. Whenever people asked him about the secret of his success, he would smile and say, "I stopped chasing time, and started living it." Moral: we all wish for more time. But what truly matters is not how many hours we have, but what we do with the ones we already own. Time isn't a currency to spend recklessly, it's a gift. And once it's gone, it never returns. So live your seconds wisely. Because even one honest minute lived fully is worth more than a lifetime borrowed. "Yes," the man replied. "Use it wisely. Every time you turn the crown, the world will pause for 1 hour, while you remain free to act. But remember, time borrowed must be returned." Arin hesitated. But ambition whispered louder than fear. He took the watch. The next morning, he tried it. His alarm rang at 6 a.m. He twisted the crown of the golden watch. And suddenly, silence. The world froze. The clock on the wall stopped ticking. Birds hung motionless in the air. Even the rain stopped falling mid-drop. Arin couldn't believe it. He had an extra hour, a silent, endless hour all to himself. He studied for his test, prepared his homework, cleaned the house, and still made it to school early. For the first time, he wasn't late. He was ahead. Days turned into weeks. Every day, he borrowed 1 hour. And in that extra hour, he read more, learned faster, worked harder. His teachers praised him. His father was proud. Everyone began calling him a genius. Arin's life finally felt perfect. But little by little, things began to change. He started waking up more tired each day. His hands sometimes shook. And he noticed something strange in the mirror, a single strand of grey hair. He ignored it. "I'm just tired," he told himself. But the timekeeper's words echoed faintly in his memory. Time borrowed must be returned. Still, he kept using the watch. He couldn't stop now. Success had become his oxygen. One night, while studying for an important exam, Arin twisted the crown again. But this time, the world didn't freeze completely. Instead, he found himself in a half-world between motion and stillness. He walked outside and saw shadows moving, whispering, faint, blurry shapes like ghosts. They were people older, weary, tired versions of himself. One of them looked directly at him and whispered, "Stop, please stop. You're taking from us." There are moments in life when we wish we had more time. More time to prepare for an exam. More time to chase a dream. More time to say what we never said. But what if you could actually borrow time? Would you take it, knowing that every borrowed hour must one day be repaid? This is the story of a boy who did. His name was Arin, a 17-year-old boy from a small town, where every sunrise was the same, and every dream felt too far away. He wasn't born with money or privilege. His father worked in a small workshop, repairing watches for others but could never afford to own a good one himself. Arin's days were spent helping his father, going to school, and dreaming about becoming something more: a scientist, an inventor, someone who could make his father proud. But no matter how hard he tried, time was never on his side. He was always late to school, late in exams, late to prove himself. It seemed as if the world had already decided he would always be behind. One stormy evening, as Arin walked home from the workshop, the wind howled and lightning flashed across the sky. He saw a faint light in the alley beside the old clock tower, a shop he had never noticed before. A wooden board hung above it. The timekeeper's shop, where every second counts. Curious, Arin stepped inside. The air smelled of dust and mystery. Shelves were filled with hourglasses, clocks, and pocket watches, each ticking at a slightly different rhythm. Behind the counter sat an old man with silver eyes and a smile that didn't quite reach his face. "You look lost," the old man said. Arin replied softly, "No, sir, just curious. I've never seen this shop before." "Few do," said the man. "Only those who need time find me." Before Arin could speak again, the man placed a small golden watch on the counter. "This is not for sale," he said. "But it can lend you 1 hour each day, an hour from your future." Arin blinked in disbelief. 1 hour from my future?